Great to be with you today. My name is Toby Cook. I have a fancy title of Vice President of Publicity. I'm the Goodwill Ambassador on behalf of the club to the fans and the community. And we have a special guest today. He is our Senior Vice President of Baseball Operations and General Manager Dayton Moore, who's going to talk to you in a second. Dayton, how are you doing today?
Great, Toby. How about you? Good to be with everybody.
Yeah, it's great to be here as well. And Patrick, I'm going to drag you in here for just a second. I know that you had sent me a list of the folks that are here, but if you could give just a quick summary to Dayton of a couple of our participants. These are our frontline workers in the COVID-19 battle, right?
Yeah, that's correct. We wanted to honor those folks with our partnership with Dunkin Donuts and their Give Your Hero a Coffee Break campaign. So I don't know if we want to have them introduce themselves, but yeah, certainly want to honor all those frontline healthcare workers.
Kate Freilich. I'm a registered nurse on the Progressive Care COVID designated positive unit.
I'm Ken Marshall. I'm one of the emergency attending physicians and also the medical director for the emergency department. And obviously we're treating lots of patients with COVID-19.
Hi, my name is Louis Satterwhite. I'm a pulmonary critical care doctor working in our medical ICUs.
I'm Jenny Allen. I'm one of the charge nurses on one of our COVID designated ICUs.
I'm Julie Prater. I'm the unit educator for one of our COVID ICUs.
I'm Kara Thompson. I usually work on the floor as a hopeful nurse, but I've been doing the COVID front entrance temperature screening.
I couldn't be more proud of the way that the organization, under our new owner, John Sherman, has handled this situation. Because from the moment, I mean, there wasn't space in between, we're sending you all home to work from home for a while, to when we were reaching out to the community and trying to be encouraging and doing what we could. There wasn't a moment. I mean, it was no hesitation. And so we call it Royals Respond, primarily through our Royals Charities Foundation. And away from KU, I will tell you that our first priority was food insecurity. So the owners, the players, staff came together and donated enough to buy 500,000 meals for harvesters. There's a big harvesters event that we're going to be hosting next week. From that point, Salvador Perez saying, "Take me out to the ball game," while he was washing his hands. And that in and of itself was just a delight. But it took 20 seconds, and that went as viral as anything that we've done. And now we've done lots and lots of partnering with University of Kansas Health System. And I'm not going to list them all because it's been numerous, but you all have been our biggest partner in this fight against COVID because you've been on the front line. So Patrick, who's been working this with Duncan, Steve Garvey, who is also on our corporate partnership team, has been working on these things through Jason Booker. And just this week, our infielder, Nikki Lopez, provided pizzas for workers at the health system. It's just these kind of things have kept us going because we know that you all have kept us going in this fight. So we're eternally grateful for what you all have done. We want to play baseball for you sooner rather than later. Really, our job is to just make it happen right now, because as big of a deal as a baseball team is in town, we're nothing compared to what you've done. So our deep gratitude. Dayton, that's my start off. We're going to let Dayton Moore talk a little bit about why he's here today and also answer some of your baseball questions. Dayton?
Thanks, Toby. And obviously the thing that's on everybody's mind is, when we're going to play baseball again. And that will certainly happen. But it's only going to happen. And the only reason we have hope, truthfully, is because of people like you, those individuals on the front lines that are doing everything they can, not only to give us hope, but to fight this virus, this deadly virus, this pandemic that we are experiencing, certainly in our country, in our community, but around the world. And so we simply just want to say thank you. As Toby mentioned, we're doing everything that we can to use our platform as a Major League Baseball team just to rally people in our community and to do what we can just to let you know that we're cheering for you harder than you've ever cheered for us. And so to get some type of normalcy back, what you guys are doing is so important. We talk about it constantly. I was on a call probably 3-4 days after spring training was canceled. And we talked about just the importance of just cheering hard for our healthcare workers that they stay safe, our doctors, our scientists, those individuals that are fighting this virus, because it's your fight, it's your competition against this virus that's ultimately going to get us back doing what we love to do, and ultimately really just spending time with our families and doing everything we can to provide for our family. So with that being said, we're proud to have Dunkin as a great sponsor, one of the great companies in the history of the United States of America. And certainly University of Kansas Health System has been so vital for us to thrive as an organization. And so to be able to partner with everybody, the synergy with both companies, if you will, both organizations, and Dunkin to be a part of this program where we're providing gift certificates to healthcare workers. We're proud to be a part of that. So we just want you to know that we're thinking about you. We're able to use whatever resources we have to come alongside you and just hopefully bring a little smile to your day or to your morning. And with that being said, again, we're just really, really proud to be able to commit this to each and every one of you, and thank the University of Kansas Health System for what they continue to do, not only for the Royals, but the entire region and community. So thanks to all.
So the small thing, although donuts and coffee are outstanding, two of my favorite things in the entire world. Your folks there are going to tell you how these gift cards are going to be used as a thank you to a larger group. But the big thing is that we've got the GM on this call here today. So if you've got any questions for Dayton on the team or the front office, feel free to fire away.
What are you doing to keep your guys game day ready now that they've got a lot of time on their hands?
Yeah, that's a great question. And, we just had a call yesterday, Mike Matheny, our coaching staff, and all of our players. In fact, we had 72 people on this call, all of our players that remained in spring training. And, we talked about the importance of shooting towards a June 1 possible reuniting in spring training. Again, that date has not been set, but we don't want to disadvantage ourselves mentally and think that, it's going to be June 15th or July 1. And we want to point towards the first part of July. They're staying in really good shape. Nick Kenny, who's our head athletic trainer, some of you may know Nick, him and his staff stay in constant contact daily with our players. Our pitching coaches, our hitting coaches are staying in contact. We've had, as of May 1st, we've had over 250 Zoom calls throughout the entire organization where we have taken advantage of just educational seminars from our performance science people, our leadership development people, our head athletic trainers, certainly educating our players, but all of our families on how we need to go about our day-to-day lives to make sure everybody stays safe and healthy. So we've really taken advantage of it. Of course, we have the same questions that you have about the opening of the season. When we opened it up for questions for our players yesterday, they have the exact same questions. And so we're all trying to put our best minds together and best ideas together to come up with solutions. The one thing that we've talked about is, look, it's not going to be perfect. We're not going to know if we made the right decision until we reflect back someday. But the one thing that we do have is a very strong and highly committed group of people that are committed to one another and to trying to make sure things go as smoothly as possible. And so when you have that type of team effort, we can get through many of the challenges that are ahead of us. But Mike Matheny has done an amazing job of just staying positive and optimistic. And I've not heard him complain through this one time. And in fact, I've tried to get him to complain about things and to share some of his frustrations and emotions, because, this guy's just chomping at the bit to get back the lead in that dugout. And, he's been so positive. In fact, he told the players yesterday, optimism is going to be the fuel that gets us over the top, and positivity. And he just does not want to hear any negative talk about anything. Dr. May, our behavioral science director, has done an amazing job and his staff staying in touch with our players, opening up the line of communication, not only to our players, but their family members as well. You know, we have, probably like many of you, and again, one thing I'm always careful to do is try to put myself in somebody else's shoes, because I've realized over time I really can't do that. I can't look at life through anybody's eyes other than my own. So I don't know what you've been through. I don't know the challenges that you face each and every day, the anxiety, the worry, not only that, but what your family members must be worried about. Are you going to contract this virus? Are you going to take it home? Is it going to affect them? Very similar to our law enforcement and our people on the front lines in those areas. And of course, we lost a hero a few days ago in the Overland Park Police Department. And, you know, what a sad day that was, and a reminder of what people do every day in sacrifice. And so there's legit worries out there, of course, but nobody's probably experiencing those more than what you all and your families are. So again, I can't say it enough how appreciative we all are, and we talk about it constantly. Is you know, the sacrifice that you guys are making is what's going to allow us to get back you know, functioning as normal as possible. So what am I missing? What can I know about your all situation? Some of the things that you talk about, where I can help share those, you know, with our people and get some better perspective on how we need to manage our baseball team and our organization. What can I learn from you and some of the things that you guys have been processing over the last month or so?
I'll offer one idea, and hopefully some other folks will. But you know, I think what I think is so powerful is the support coming from the community, and you cannot underestimate that. I mean, I heard somebody on TV the other day joke about the COVID 25, just like the freshman 20. People are feeding us every day. They're taking care of us. They're appreciating us. They're sending notes our way. That is, at the end of the day, you know, it's good to know that people are realizing the amazing work that our teams are doing. And so I think that's just one thing, is keeping that forefront and reminding folks, just like you just did, that our staff are putting themselves on the line every day to save lives and to get people back home to their families and to help them beat this disease.
The thing that separates people and separates all of us in University of Kansas health system, and hopefully the Kansas City Royals in our community, is we've just made a commitment to give our best every single day, no matter what we're dealing with or whatever we're going through. And the reason we're able to give our best, if indeed that is the case, is because we're doing it for one another. We're doing it for something bigger than self. And that's what motivates us to give our best. I can't give my best each and every day unless I keep in mind that I'm doing it for somebody else. I'm doing it for Marianne, Ashley, Avery, and Robert. I'm doing it for my colleagues and people I work with, and trying to represent the game of baseball well in our community for boys and girls that aspire to either work in this game or play this game. And so again, that's what all of you guys are doing. You're modeling the behavior that you want this country and our community to look like. On behalf of the Royals, we say thank you for that. And above all, never forget this. And this is something that motivates me all the time to do my job the very best. So many, many years ago, some owner of a baseball team felt that a general manager's role was important for the success of the team. So I have an obligation to do my job so well that I ensure that another person gets the opportunity to be general manager. So they never do away with the job. And somebody did that for you. So whatever your role is in the healthcare industry, somebody performed that job really, really well prior to you taking this position. And so you have an obligation, I believe, to do your job so well that you ensure an opportunity for another person. And if you can do that, you have helped society, you have helped your team, and you have helped University of Kansas health system become one of the very best healthcare providers, not only in this community, but perhaps in the history of the world. And that's how we have to think. And that's what we have to dream. But it starts with what you're doing. And again, on behalf of the Royals, we say thank you. And we're grateful for the partnership, as we are with Dunkin. And again, thank you so much, and continue to make us proud, because you're making us very proud.